What's up, everybody, and happy Monday. I know it's not everybody's favorite day of the week, but we try to make it every Monday when you tune into Newsish, the news you never knew you knew. This is the proudly South African edition, okay? We're talking Springboks, we're talking designers, we're talking artists, and it all comes back to the pride that we have at home. And as you can see, I'm wearing the correct colors, so stay tuned. So first off, I want to start by saying no DNA, just RSA, because the Springboks have done it again and managed to beat out, beat Argentina 48-7, guys. And like, people weren't so hopeful because they just played in Argentina and they lost. Yes, it was only by 1 point, but they did lose. And we're used to being on a winning streak, you know what I mean? And I can only imagine the pressure that the boys are constantly under, because as South Africans, we just expect them to win. They're just that good. So shout out to the Springboks. Speaking of South African pride, we've got B.O.F, which is Business of Fashion 500, which is like, if you know, like hip-hop, you have Freshman Mag, you know what I mean, where they acknowledge like a bunch of people for that year. So B.O.F has acknowledged our very own Laduma for Maxhosa, obviously, and then the B.O.F has also acknowledged Lucanio Ndingi. So shout out to you guys flying the SA flag high. I mean, Maxhosa opened a store in New York. They're doing big things. Speaking of big things internationally, we've also got Thebe Magugu actually having his clothes at Paris Fashion Week recently, and he had David Tyla there to support him, and also Lord Kells. So shout out to you, Thebe Magugu. We love you. You're flying the flag high. Speaking of the flag, we all know obviously Doja Cat is half South African, but you know, she's been vocal about her issues with her father, who's a famous actor. I can't remember his name, but she's been vocal about her issues with the fact that he wasn't present in her life, you know? So she did a performance where she was wearing a beautiful dress that was the South African flag. And I don't know if this means that, you know, she's cool with her dad. Maybe she wants to acknowledge her dad's side more because maybe they're cool, or maybe she's always been proudly half South African, or whatever the case may be. Maybe she's even teasing that she might be coming to perform for us soon. So nobody knows, but South Africans were very, very happy to see that. Something else that we're also happy to see is Tyla actually posted, you know, a little graphic saying that she's coming home, and at the bottom it did have, you know, that tickets are going to be released soon. So we don't know if she's having her own event, her own one-woman show, if she's going to be on tour and you can buy tickets in different provinces and all of that stuff, but she is coming home, and that's definitely someone who believes in repping South Africa. So shout out to Tyla, to Thebe Magugu, to Lucanio Ndingi, to Laduma, to Doja Cat, and shout out to the Springboks. This has been a proudly South African one, and here is the proudly South African premiere.
Welcome to Baddies After Dark.
What's the wildest thing you've ever done for money?
Maybe talk to someone you don't really want to talk to.
What's the wildest thing that's happened to you at a gig while DJing?
He literally grabbed my hand and I broke my nail, and I literally kind of like started bleeding.
What does it mean being a baddie?
A baddie to me is a girl that gets her own, a girl that is very confident with herself, her body, takes good care of themselves from head to toe. You know, that's a baddie. It's basically a boss babe for me.
Yes.
Guys, Terry Treasure definitely has the baddie tender, because I've been to those studios where those lessons happen, and I didn't get lessons that were that enticing and amazing. I was hanging from the ceiling, spinning, like I was doing some circus stuff, some acrobatics. So shout out to Terry Treasure. Hope you guys are checking Baddies out. I mean, there's so much eye candy. You don't even really need to care about what the people are saying, but it's just nice to look at the screen. I mean, I would even watch Baddies on mute, you know, just to see everybody and that guy in the corner, you know, obviously. But, you know, I hope you guys have had an amazing Monday and that you have a productive week. I know it's going to be a busy week for me. When is it not? So, yeah, make sure that you stay tuned, that you stay with us. We keep it hip, hop, and happening. I'm out.